Okay, here's a view of my pedal board in its case. In the previous video there was no cover as such for the board itself, but all of that's been done now for quite a while. Just thought I'd show it. So I guess I'll unveil it and plug it in and we'll have a look. It's hinged and everything too, so that's pretty cool. Okay, here's an updated view of my pedal board. There's been a few minor changes, mostly towards the end of the signal chain and involving the removal of a passive boost cut style of pedal that I built. Due to the fact I'm in a 3-piece now and no longer require the additional boost for solos and things. And I needed a bit more room, and that's the main reason why I got rid of it, just to put the DD7 in. And the DD3's in now, which was the pedal that I was chasing when the previous video was posted, and there was actually a spot for that in the board. There was just a blank space there. So pretty much this pedal board consists of 3 channels: a clean channel, a tube-based dirty channel, and a solid state based dirty channel. Okay, let's talk about the signal chain here. The first 3 pedals, Fuzz box, the Wah, and the Tube Screamer, are pretty much configured as normal, daisy chain one after the other, so it goes into the Fuzz box, into the Wah, into the Tube Screamer. From there it goes to this AB box, and you can flick the tuner in, which totally cuts the amp out of the scenario, so you can tune up silently. Probably a little bit of paranoia on my part about tone, because that pedal actually can do that, but I didn't want it in the signal chain at all when I wasn't using it, so it's not. Okay, default is the clean channel, and with the clean channel it's pretty much, it comes into here, then it goes to the blues driver, compression sustainer, the 31 band graphic equalizer, and then back to this. Okay, and from here it heads into the DD3, the DD7, then the RV3, and then it splits off on the RV3 and goes to the loop station. Loop station here is here primarily for my rehearsal purposes, or practice, or goofing off, or whatever. You know, just as a practice tool, really. Now, when we hit this switch, it switches over to the second AB loop box, and from the second AB loop box it goes one of 2 ways. The default on this I normally have is this handmade tube preamp that I built, and it's point-to-point wired, and it's got 2 12AX7s in it, and it's kind of similar to an old Marshall amplifier. But from there it goes back to this, then it heads over to this graphic equalizer, and from the graphic it's back into this box, and then from there it's just the same again, DD3, DD7, RV3 splits off to RC2, and then we've got the stereo out. Okay, we hit the switch on our dirty channels, which switches over straight to the DS1, then back, then out of the graphic, back to the box here, and then again DD3, DD7, RV3 splits off, one channel to the loop station, and then stereo out. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Then from the stereo outs here, it heads up to the Alesis Midiverb 2, which is stereo, and I normally have it on 61, patch 61, which is a chorus. And then we've got a blanking plate here, which is nothing, and then we've got this solid state amp. Now this is a PA amplifier, it's running in stereo. Okay, the speaker cab, it's a 2x12 cab, as you can see. It was an E-tone PA cab that's been refurbed. It is entirely made of plywood, and it has two Celestion Vintage 30s installed, and it is sealed. Okay, I'll give you a bit of a demo of the sounds I get with this pedal board. Okay, so I'll just tune up. Rightio, raw clean sound, no effects. And then throw a bit of delay on there. Reverb. Chorus. Chorus via the Midiverb 2, patch number 61. Compression. Okay, moving right along, just a slight chunky kind of sound. Of the blues driver, and on the flip side we've got the Tube Screamer as well. Then we can put both of them on together. Let me get down and back off. Fuzz. We can have a little bit of fuzz. You can even clean that up. One of the secrets with the fuzz is the volume knob on the guitar. You just hear it starting to break up there. So you can really control that. You can hit it soft and it doesn't really break up much, or you can hit it, make it crunch. Also, okay. Hey, I've got a joke for you. What kind of underwear do guitars prefer? Dunno? G-strings. Rightio. That wasn't very funny, I know, but it was just to show you that little trick that I do. Moving right along, we'll get onto our tube sound. Our distortion channel, I guess you'd call it. Which is the tube preamp there. It kind of sounds fairly kind of vintage and rounder and smoother than the DS1. We're on the neck pickup also. I'll give you a bit of a listen to the bridge. You can hear the difference there. Another thing we can do, we can kick on Tube Screamer as well. That was the neck pickup, and then I just changed it, if you heard the tonal difference. Also kick the fuzz in. It gives that, when the volume's cranked on the guitar, it gives a really compressed sound. Okay. Done that. Rightio, we'll move on to the DS9. You hear it's kind of a lot brittle, more brittle, and just has a more modern sound. And you can hit the Tube Screamer as well. Just gives it more edge again, more gain. So, yeah. But the DS9 and the Fuzz box don't go together, and I'm not going to let you hear that because it's awful. Rightio, we'll leave that one at that. And that pretty much sums up generally the sounds that I get. Okay, one other little pedal we can have a bit of fun with is the loop station.
Thank you.